In my previous video, remember how I said because is a transition word? There are other transition words too, and I showed you some of them last time. They're right here. They're also, so, therefore, to, that's why. Again, also, so, therefore, to, and that's why. These are also transition words. So now I'm going to show you how to use also. Let's see, how can we do that? So the sentences here say, I love soccer. It is fun. Adding the transition word because would remove this period over here and turn it into one sentence. I love soccer because it is fun. So you see how this transition word connected this sentence, I love soccer, with the second sentence, it is fun. We can similarly use the other transition words to do, to connect different sentences and ideas together. But they will not always be in the middle of both sentences and turn it into one sentence. Like, it can go this way. If I said also, I could say also you get to play outside. So this would be another reason why this person would love soccer. Well, the first reason is because it is fun. The second reason is that the person gets to play outside. So to connect that idea, we add also at the beginning. Now why is also, the A in also, capitalized? Well, because the previous sentence was a complete sentence, so it ended with a period. Adding the transition word also won't connect you get to play outside with it is fun and turn it into one sentence like because did. Some transition words, like also, are added at the beginning of sentences to connect the following sentence with the previous sentence. So the sentence, you get to play outside, is connected as a supporting reason for I love soccer. Okay? Okay, I realized that sounded a bit confusing, so let me show you what I meant. Adding the transition word because would turn these two sentences, would combine these two sentences into one, just like this. I love soccer because it is fun. Period. So, you see how this was one sentence? You see how these were two sentences, and how adding the word because combined them into one? Now there's just one sentence. So these two sentences are rewritten like this. One sentence. Okay? Let me also highlight this, maybe. Yeah. You can see how adding the word because, wow, this is not turning out too nice. But anyway, yeah. So adding the word because helped combine them. Okay, now if I wanted to add another reason, like I talked about before, my other reason, or yeah, if I said I love soccer, it is fun, and I wanted to provide another reason, my other reason might be that you get to play outside, right? I could state it right next to the first sentence, which is this one, rewritten. So let's forget about what we saw here before. Let me actually cover that up. Yeah, let's forget about these two sentences. Okay, so this is my first sentence. I love soccer because it is fun. My second reason is you get to play outside. Now we can add a transition word before you get to play outside to connect it to our previous sentence. And the way I'm going to do that, you've seen before, is by putting an also before it. So also, you get to play outside. I put a comma after writing also. I capitalize the A in also because, like I said before, it's a new sentence. So we start a new sentence with a capital letter. Always start a new sentence with a capital letter. And then after the transition word also, we put a comma and we state our other supporting reason. So hopefully that makes it a little more clear. Now here are some examples in the activity that you should have done if you watched my previous video. The activity was to circle the transition words in all of these sentences. Let's do that activity together, except instead of circling the transition words, I'm going to highlight them. So the first sentence says, I love the piano because I can use it to make music. So right off the bat, you can spot because as a transition word, because is a transition word, as we've seen before. Let's look at the second sentence. It says, I don't need a band to play, so I can play by myself. Did you spot the transition word? It's so. And I intentionally highlighted this comma right here just to talk about the fact that if you combined one sentence with another sentence using so, you would have to put a comma before writing so. A comma and space before so. Okay, next sentence, third sentence here. We talked about it just a couple of seconds ago. Also is the transition word. Also, people can sing along when I play. Oh, so all of these sentences seem to be talking about one thing. I love the piano because I can use it to make music. I don't need a band to play, so I can play by myself. Also, people can sing along when I play. I like the way a piano sounds, and that's why I love playing the piano. And that's why is your other transition word. If you forgot your transition words, they're right here to remind you. These are so also, so that's why these are all transition words. And you see how this person wrote about their opinion of why they love the piano. And they've provided their supporting reasons because that person can use it to make music. That person can play it all by themselves. And people can sing along when the person plays. And these are all the reasons why they love playing the piano. So when you're writing your opinion paragraph, you can use this as an idea to help guide your writing. And we'll be talking more about that soon. Hi sis. Okay, so in today's lesson, we're talking more about opinion writing and how to make your opinion sound stronger by using strong words. Strong words, okay. So you already completed this activity. I want you to look at that page. Actually, I'll be showing your work very soon, but let's first talk about this. If you want to write a strong opinion, you need to use strong words. How can we do that? Well, you're going to look at your opinions and reasons, and you're going to replace some words with words that show stronger feelings. Okay? So let's practice that. Let's say you wrote something about, maybe you like something. So maybe you wrote your opinion about something you like. Now, what would be a stronger word for like? Love is a good one. Fond of, that means you really like something. Adore, that's another way of saying love. And enjoy. So if you wrote about liking, let's say, a show, you could say, I really enjoy that show. Okay. Now, what is a stronger word than sad? Maybe something makes you sad, and you wrote about that. What would be a stronger word for sad? Downcast, gloomy, heartbroken, melancholic. So maybe you wrote about how animals not having a shelter makes you feel sad. You could say that it makes you heartbroken, or it's a melancholic feeling. Alright, so now I'll be bringing your activity book, and actually I'll be tearing off that page. Let me see what I'll do. Okay, I decided not to tear it off. Here, this is what you did on your graphic organizer. Great job. I love how you wrote about your favorite show, Puppy in My Pocket, or one of your favorite shows, Puppy in My Pocket. Okay, you said, I like Puppy in My Pocket because it's a great show. So, great job stating that first reason. And a very good job with using the transition word because. You said, oh, alright, and we talked about this, how you're going to switch it. So, and then your other reason is also the show has animals, and you like animals. So you wrote about that. Okay, and then you wrote, so it makes it more enjoyable. This word kind of looks like move. This kind of looks like a V. You could turn it, you could, rewrite it to make it look more like an R, right? Okay, enjoyable. Enjoyable is going to be, enjoy part is correct, and then able is going to be A-B-L-E. Although I do like how you kind of spelled it out phonetically, but it's going to be enjoy and then A-B-L-E, okay? Instead of I-B-I-L. Alright, and then to conclude your opinion, you said, and that's why I like Puppy in My Pocket. Very good. Excellent work on stating your opinion using a graphic organizer. Now, let's see how we can replace a couple of words, maybe one or two words, to make your opinion sound stronger. So maybe instead of saying, I like Puppy in My Pocket, let's go back. Maybe you could say, I love Puppy in My Pocket, right? Or you could say, I'm very fond of Puppy in My Pocket, or I adore Puppy in My Pocket. What's another word we can replace here? It's a great show. I like animals. So again, instead of like, you could replace it with I adore animals. And here you could put I love Puppy in My Pocket, right? So those are two words you could replace with stronger words to make your opinion sound stronger. And yeah, you can try and look for maybe other words to replace, but those are the two words that I found that you could replace. Alright, so very good job with this. Let's go back to the lesson. Lesson guide, that is. Now we're going to practice organizing our paragraph. The paragraph that you're going to write, combining all of your ideas over here. Okay? Your opinion, the main idea, and then the reason supporting your main idea. And with the edits that I suggested. So yeah, let's practice organizing your paragraph that you will write by combining this work on your graphic organizer. You're going to put them together into a paragraph. And let's see. So first thing, you should start with a sentence that clearly states your opinion. That is your first sentence in the paragraph. What's the sentence that clearly states your opinion here? What's your main opinion here? That should be pretty easy to spot. This is your main opinion, that you like, or stronger word, love Puppy in My Pocket, right? That's your main idea, or, directly states your opinion, your main opinion here. That's the main thing you're talking about. And it's going to be your first sentence. All right, next. You're going to write 4 more sentences in your paragraph. The second, let me actually point them out. You're going to write 4 more sentences in your paragraph. Remember, your first sentence is going to be your opinion, the sentence that clearly states your opinion, and then you're going to write 4 more. The second, third, fourth, and fifth sentences are all reasons supporting the opinion. So these are going to be the reasons supporting your opinion. I'm guessing these first 3, 1, 2, 3, first 3 are going to be your reasons, and this is kind of like your concluding sentence. So this will be your first sentence, second, third, fourth, fifth. Pretty simple. All you have to do is combine them, write them in a paragraph with no spaces and no dots going around. So, yeah, it's nothing too bad. Let's see. Yeah, so like you practiced in your graphic organizer, these sentences, your supporting reasons and all, should have a transition word to connect the reason to the opinion. So the transition words are right here, okay? You'll be using them, and we'll talk a little more about this later on. The last sentence of your paragraph should be a conclusion to the paragraph. And what the concluding sentence in a paragraph does is that it restates the opinion in some way. So you restate that opinion, you reaffirm that opinion as a concluding statement at the end. So here you see in the 4th oval, you just go like, and that's why I like Puppy in My Pocket, which is basically the same thing you said here in your main opinion, right? So you're just restating that. Like, okay, here are all my reasons, and that's why I have this opinion. I hold this opinion. And again, you could replace the word like with a stronger word, right, to make your opinion stronger. What's next? Okay, so I think I talked about all of these things. And to make it easier for you to organize your paragraph, maybe we can number all of these sentences to see which, to help guide your writing in deciding which sentence goes first and which goes second and third and fourth and fifth, which is fifth and final sentence. And then you'll be drafting them right here on this page, writing skills 104, page 104, in the writing skills portion of your language arts activity book. Okay? All right. Okay, so now it's time to write your, it's time to draft your opinion paragraph. So you'll be using your graphic organizer and all the ideas you put in your graphic organizer to complete this activity book page, which is in WS 104, Writing Skills, page 104. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, except I'll be typing while you will be writing. You will be handwriting this in your activity book page. Let me show you which activity book. That's going to be this activity book right here, Language Arts Activity Book. book 2, actually, not book 1, book 2. It should say literature and comprehension, writing skills. So you're going to be working on the writing skills portion on page 104 here. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this. Well, first, let's number your sentences. Here. This is your main idea, your main opinion. Number it. Oh, it just disappeared. I'm not sure why. Okay, so let's number it. Number 1 over here. This is not the best color, but I'll just go with it for now. Let's see, maybe I could choose a different color. Well, let's use this bright orange, maybe. Make it thinner. Okay, so this is number 1 here. Number 1. Number 2 is going to be your reason, because it's a great show. So this is number 2. Number 3. No. Okay. Number 3 is over here. Number 4, 4th sentence, and 5th and final sentence is right here. This is number 1. Okay. Now, your opinion is, I like puppy in my pocket. I like, that's what you wrote. But remember, we were going to replace like with a stronger word. What was the stronger word? It could be love or adore, okay? Or fond of. So let's write, I'm going to go with love, okay? I love, wow, can I type my puppy in my pocket? I love puppy in my pocket. That was your first sentence. And then your reason for that was, it's a great show. This is how great is spelled. Not G-R-A-T-E, it's G-R-E-A-T, great show. Now, remember, we have a transition word in between, and transition words are going to connect two ideas together. So I deleted the little I because, I deleted the capital I because we're going to turn it into a little I, and we're going to add the transition word because it's a great show. Show. Period. That's your opinion. Now, it's a great show is already one of your reasons, but you have 2 more reasons, right? Actually, you have 3 reasons in total, but let's put the other 2 reasons in here. So reason number 2 says, reason number 3, reason number 2 we've already listed here in your main opinion because we added this transition word, because. Here, let me highlight it. Yeah, we added this transition word, so it got connected with your main idea, your main opinion. Reason number 2, which is sentence number 3. Let me see. Oh, that's going to end up being 4 sentences. Oh, okay. Let's. Okay, that's your first sentence. What's reason number 2 going to be? So, you're saying that it has animals, and you like animals, right? And I like animals. That's what you tried to say here in this blue oval. But remember, we added a transition word. And because it's also is actually going to go at the beginning of your sentence. So, also, comma. Oh, we have a problem here. There shouldn't be a capital I since it's a word in the middle of the sentence. So it should be a lowercase I. It is in the middle of the sentence, so its first letter should be lowercase. All of the letters should be lowercase. Okay, let's move on to our next sentence. That's your next supporting reason. It makes it more enjoyable. Oh, so I guess you're talking about having animals in the show makes it more enjoyable. So let's write that down. It makes it, makes, this thing keeps going. Okay, it makes it more enjoyable. Notice, enjoyable is spelled A-B-L-E. You got the enjoy part right. It's all you have to do is turn it from I-B-I-L to A-B-L-E. Okay, makes it more enjoyable. Now you added a transition word over here, which is so. So I guess you could write so, comma, then it makes it more enjoyable. Alright, since you're in first grade, maybe I shouldn't mention this, but normally how we would write this is we'd connect so with the previous sentence. So instead of saying and I like animals, maybe you could connect it with I like animals, so it makes it more enjoyable. So you could say, also it has animals, period. Okay? Break this down into 2 sentences. Now you connect so with I like animals. How are you going to do that? You put a comma here and then so. You put a smaller s, a little s instead of a capital S. And then you connect it with your next sentence. Also it has animals. I like animals, so it makes it more enjoyable. Now this would be a proper way to write it. Next, and that's why I like puppy in my pocket. How would you write that? You would write it like this. Well, okay, you could say, and that's why I like puppy in my pocket. That's why I like puppy in my pocket. Oh, but this is the conclusion, actually. Sorry. Yeah, this should not be over here. Okay. And that's why I like puppy in my pocket. Now, this is a writing convention. We don't like and at the beginning of a sentence, so what we're going to do, we're going to take away the and we're going to capitalize the T in that's. That's why I like puppy in my pocket. Or instead of that's why, you could say therefore, but that's a more formal way of saying it, maybe. You could change it to therefore if you wanted, or you could keep that's why here, okay? That's why I like puppy in my pocket. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sentences. Your lesson guide talked about having 5 sentences. Now what do we do? Well, let's break it down, I guess. Maybe you could add one more reason in here somewhere. Okay, so maybe just add one more sentence here, something you think about Puppy in My Pocket that would further support your opinion, further show a good reason to love Puppy in My Pocket. I'm trying to think of one. Now, while you're brainstorming for another reason to support your main opinion, so we can have, 5 sentences total. Okay, I'm sorry, I keep getting interrupted. So I just thought of another sentence to add here. So maybe instead of also it has animals, I like animals, so it makes the show more enjoyable. Maybe we could take the also away because we're going to add also in a different sentence here. So maybe you could say also the show unites pets, or no, not unites pets with their owners, but the show unites kids with pets of their own. Yeah, maybe you could say that. Here the word unites means bring together. Oops, I'm trying to highlight just unites. Okay. The word here unites means bring together. So the show brings together, brings kids together with pets of their own. They get to have their own pets in the show, right? So here, instead of unites, you could write brings kids together with pets of their own. But unites is a, in one word you can summarize exactly what you're trying to say instead of saying bring together. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. Okay. All right. So that's your draft for your opinion paragraph. Now in your final draft, your final assignment, you will be putting all of those ideas here together in your final draft, okay? And then at the end you get to have a reward. You get to draw a picture to show your opinion. So maybe you could draw a picture of Puppy in My Pocket and how much you like it. I know you've made a lot of pictures, actual pictures of Puppy in My Pocket characters. Okay. So here you get to do your final draft here. It says publish your opinion. This is on page 107, Writing Skills of Your Language Arts Green Activity Book. Let's go back to your draft. Okay, so that's your draft. But remember how we suggested some strong words to replace some of the words that you used in your graphic organizer? Stronger words help make your opinion sound stronger. So here you've written, I love Puppy in My Pocket because it's a great show, instead of just, I like Puppy in My Pocket, right? Sounds stronger. Here you say, I like animals. I like animals. Maybe instead of like animals, you could say, what was another word that we looked at in your lesson guide? I love, fond of, adore. Maybe we could use adore. I adore animals. So it makes the show more enjoyable. So the show unites kids with pets of their own. You could say here, instead of unites, brings kids together with the pets of their own. Actually, I talked about this before. Okay, that's why I like Puppy in My Pocket. Or instead of like, you could say, that's why I am very fond of Puppy in My Pocket. And we lost in my pocket. see, pocket. Pocket. There. That's why I'm very fond of Puppy in My Pocket. Comma there after that's why. Okay, so in your final draft, when you publish your opinion, you can just write down all of those sentences together here with no spaces in between, because remember, it's a paragraph. And the paragraph, remember how we talked about in a paragraph, ideas are connected, they're related to each other, they're connected with one another. Just like how members in a family are connected, sentences in a paragraph are connected with each other. So instead of having spaces here, all you're going to do is put all of these sentences together in your final draft, which is titled Publish Your Opinion. Publish Your Opinion paragraph, final draft. And remember, you will have to write this by hand using your pen or pencil. And then you get to make a fun little picture here. And I just demonstrated how to do this activity. Even though I typed this, I will. Your school requires you to actually write it by hand, so that I can take a picture of it and send it to your teacher. Okay? Alright, so go and have fun with this activity, and yeah, this includes 2 lessons actually. This video was 2 lessons. This is 1 lesson. You know, writing your first draft here. After you're done with your first draft, you've applied all of the changes and suggestions that I've made on your writing. You will be doing your final draft here on pages 107, WS 107, WS 108. Once you've completed these 2 lessons, you've completed your first draft and your final draft, I can mark your lessons complete. Okay? Alright, and then you'll be all done with this unit on opinion writing. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and bye! By the way, I forgot to mention that there's a checklist to make sure you've addressed all of the objectives that they have for those 2 lessons. So in your final draft, you want to make sure that your first sentence tells your opinion. Okay, so first sentence should tell your opinion. And then I can circle this, yes. Does your first sentence tell your opinion? Do all of the sentences tell reasons for your opinion? You want to check for that in your writing, in your opinion paragraph. Are some of the sentences facts? Going back to your draft here, yes, some of them are drafts. We talk about how the show has animals. That's a fact. And the show unites kids with pets of their own. That's another fact. So yes, your final draft should have facts in them. So when answering the question, are some of the sentences facts? I could circle yes if you did that. And we know that this one is a yes. Do all of the sentences tell reasons for your opinion? Yes, that's what we worked on. Do you use transition words such as because, so, also, and as well to connect your ideas? Yeah, we do use some of them. Because, so, also, we use those. So if you included them, I could put a yes over here. Do you use strong words to describe your feelings? Yes, I went over that when I was talking about your writing. Does your last sentence tell your opinion again in a new way? Yes. Yes, it does. Let's go look at it again. That's why I'm very fond of Puppy in My Pocket, which is basically another way of saying I love Puppy in My Pocket, right? Okay, so yeah, it is a reiteration of your first sentence. Does, or your first sentence, which states your opinion clearly. Okay, does every sentence have a naming part and an action part? yes, we did make sure that they were complete sentences. Okay, does every sentence begin with a capital letter and end with an N mark? Okay, so yeah, when you're writing your first and final drafts, I want you to make sure, you know, keep this checklist in mind, and if you that's why we're doing 2 drafts, right? In your first draft, if you think you forgot some of these, you couldn't really say yes to all of them, then that's what your final draft is for. You do it all over again in a neat and nice way. Okay, and that's it.